Hey everyone, welcome to Console Clone. Our website used to be an emulation-based system in Flash, and now that Flash is discontinued, we've had to kind of update our system. Created a piece of software here, and that's what you're looking at right now. And it's a curated retro gaming emulation software. So none of the files, like the images or ROM files or anything, are stored on your computer. It's all loaded from a data center as it's needed. So it's a really tiny download, like 60 megabytes. So let's take a look at the main interface here. We can see we've got 106 games playable to start. It's a version 1 release, so it's a good chunk of games. The top right-hand corner, we can change the resolution of the screen from 720, 1080p, 1440p, or 4K. So right now I'm running in 4K, but you're probably seeing it in 1080p. We can click this button here to join our Discord channel. Down at the bottom left, we got PlayStation 4 and Xbox controllers are supported, or any X input controller. Now you want to plug them in right now before you start playing a game, because once you start playing a game, it's going to detect that you're using a keyboard to control, and you won't be able to use your controller. So get those controllers set up before you start a game. And we are gaming responsibly, so we don't have any ROMs on the system. And usually when it starts up, this screen will be here, but we've already checked off this Don't Show Again button. Now this is the requirements, and it's important to know that the emulation of each game depends on your computer's performance. So some games may work perfectly, while others may struggle. Now it's not so much a RAM issue as it is a video card issue. So if you've got a laptop with a little built-in Intel video card, it's probably not going to run very well. But because it's using a libretro core emulation system, which doesn't need to mean anything to you, it means that it's being used universally, so the requirements are fairly low. All right, so here's the main menu. We've got consoles, categories, favorites, featured, search, and an auto update. The consoles are just that, a list of the consoles currently available, and categories here for the different categories of game. So it's going to sort them by game rather than what console they're on. Favorites. You can favorite games by clicking the little heart up here to favorite and unfavorite them while you're playing, and it will add them to this list, so you can always get back to your favorites. Featured are games that we are featuring. We want you to take a look at. You might enjoy them. Someone has suggested it. Search lets us search for games in the software. So this image actually has loaded from the data center. When we click this, it loads that, loads some information about the game, some description. Again, we can favorite it. There's a link button, so if we have a link to a website or some information about the game, you can give that little link a click. And auto update. Now this doesn't update the software itself, it updates the list of games. So if we release a new game pack, we'll put out a message saying, hey, new games are out. You click update, it says done, and it actually just updates your database. Because again, no data needs to be downloaded, it's all stored on a data center. So let's go ahead and play a game here. Let's fire up a Super Nintendo game. Let's see, something fun. F-Zero. So these screenshots have been taken by us, and each game has been tested, so you'll know exactly what you're getting. Don't have to mess with settings, nothing like that. So let's click play. And on the left here, it's loaded the game. It's actually pretty loud. Let's go to a quieter menu. All right, now let's be quieter. So each game has the keyboard button information up here at the top right. It's usually WASD for the movement and the number pad 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the right hand side for the buttons for every emulator. But we enjoy playing with PS4 or Xbox controllers. It makes it much more fun. Bottom right hand corner, we've got our save state selection. So each game, whether it supports saving or not, can have 4 saves. And it actually has a little picture here of when it was saved so you know where you were. So here it looks like we were on the title screen when we saved. If we hit F5, we'll notice the screen turns into this one here. Give it a quick save, and there we go. So now if we are to exit the game and come back, we'll see this picture. We can say, okay, I want to restart that race. And you just hit the F9 button or load. So let's give that a quick try. Let's get out of pause. Everybody's winning. I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to hit F9. And it's right back where it was. So it's also fun if you want to try to do the perfect lap. All right, let's go back here. So categories, like I said, just the different categories of games. Tells you what system it's on. Nintendo, Elevator Action, that's arcade. Keystone Capers, that's Atari. A lot of interesting games in this collection right now, and we are adding games all the time. So please go ahead and download it. That's pretty much all there is to it. And again, you just click and play. Nothing's stored on your computer once you're done playing. There's no extra files or anything left anywhere. You're good to go. All right, have fun.